So family heads, I was a bit reckless last night because I was at a party and I'm a little down energy. So I'm going to do something real quick to bring the energy up. So I hope you enjoy this little treat. All right, welcome to the Family Album, Family Heads. I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
What?
And I'm AJ.
I'm kidding. And I'm your host, Matt Glass. Oh, man. I didn't want to wait too long because I knew you were going to keep going. And I was like, oh, shit, wait, I better cap this bit.
It was good to call me off guard. I like that.
I am Matt Glass.
Welcome back to, the Family Album. We're back on our regular format. Last week, you heard our Halloween special. We looked at some spooky music videos that weren't quite so spooky. Yeah,
they were pretty underwhelming. I feel like I was really dreading watching a lot of these videos, and then they just turned out to be just like a little creepy.
Yeah, mostly like aesthetic reasons. They were like just a smidge uncomfortable.
The only one that I would say was creepy was that was like maybe scary was maybe Kids by
MGMT.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Other than that, though, it was fine.
Not really. Yeah, we're just too strong for the music industry, dude.
I think you mentioned at one point just like leaving things up to the imagination and how like that can sort of carry a lot of
yeah, sometimes that's scarier than what you're actually seeing.
But AJ, what do we have in store today?
Well, today we have nothing as scary as last week. We have just two albums, just two simple, humble albums that don't really have a theme besides some coincidental themes. We're just doing it's just two albums.
It's just two albums. It's what we've been doing the whole time.
Exactly.
It's what season one was. It was the crux, if you will, of season
the
one.
Through line.
But the two albums that... Oh, do you want me to...
Matt, go off.
Okay. Well, the two albums that we have for you today are the album that AJ gave to me, Keep It Like a Secret by Built to Spill. Mm-hmm. And I gave AJ 3D Country by the band Geese.
Yes. An album that just pretty much came out this year, a couple months ago.
Yeah, June, I believe.
Yeah, and it's fucking excellent.
I thoroughly enjoy it. There's so many tracks on there that I really can't wait to talk about.
Same here.
But AJ, I honestly can't wait to talk about Keep It Like a Secret more.
You can't keep it a secret?
I really can't. I sold the data, AJ.
Oh, God.
They fucking got
Not
it.
the Discord chats. We're over.
Shall we get started before I get arrested?
Yes, we shall. So I'm going to jump into a little history right now. Keep It Like a Secret was released February 2nd, 1999 on Warner Brothers and Up Records. After signing a 3-year record deal with Warner in 1995, Keep It Like a Secret brought the group even more critical success from their last release, as well as commercial success, resulting in the album becoming an indie rock staple. Wow, and that was Built to Spill's history.
Quite a nice history, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, short and simple. But shall we just jump right into this little deep dive?
Absolutely.
Starting off, we have The Plan, a pretty solid opener, I would say.
It really is. Like, I feel like this one kind of started off as one of my least favorites the first or second time that I listened to it.
Yeah.
But like the third time, it really just hit.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely share that experience. This has never been a favorite track of mine. I feel like it serves well as an opener.
Yes.
But once you start listening more to what the musicians are doing, I feel like you grow an appreciation for it, especially the drums.
It is very Never Meant coded.
Yes.
Like, without a doubt, by American football. This album is like, it's like drenched in American football's liquid essence.
Football ooze.
Football ooze. I'm just imagining like an album that's like covered in sweat for like no reason. Oh man, but yeah, it really reminded me of like Never Meant with a little bit less math rock.
Yeah.
And like, but like honestly, I don't know.
The same like vibe and tone, I would say.
Without a doubt.
This album is very simple in like its production and construction. It's just for the most part guitar, bass, and drums. But even though it doesn't really have a lot to work with, it uses what it has very well, and it's very effective.
Oh, I would say so, like without a doubt. The guitars, like in the midsection alone, just the way their usage of guitars is just amazing.
Oh my God, every fucking riff on this album is insane. I love it.
No, for real, for real. And like, even though the album is kind of simple in terms of its like instrument setup and like even like the riffs, I feel like the way that they are repeated over and over, even the lyrics, the way they're repeated over and over, it just really makes for an effective, like...
Yeah, you, like, remember it. Like, it sticks with you, which is fucking great.
I think as an opener, it's very, very solid.
I love the fucking, the drums, just the The it just scratches a little itch in my little drummer brain.
The little drummer brain.
Get some little drummer brain.
Bum, 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 bum. Keep it like a secret.
I'm imagining like the little drummer boy, but he has like a brain on a harness, so every time he hits, it's like.
That's like so Nickelodeon Core 2005.
Or I'm like, Krang? Is that his name? Krang Heads?
Oh my fucking god! From
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my god! Where's Tom?
I know, he
Tom
would
be
love
fucking
this.
perfect. I don't know if he'd like the album.
No, I don't think he likes music. Just kidding, Tom. We know what you like.
But he does like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And-
is what I was trying to sort of reference.
And that's how we kind of balance each other out. You see?
Anyway, honestly, it's a very solid opener. I don't have a lot to say about it, but
Nah.
it grew on me.
Yep.
And I will say, I love how it fades out as he's singing Cognizance. It's just a nice little like, Cognizance.
It's just cognizance.
Decrescendo, you know? But yeah, very solid opener. It grew on me over time, but I had tracks on here that I really, really enjoyed that I
And
cannot wait to talk about.
This next one is one of them for me.
No, without a doubt.
Yeah.
This one is called Center of the Universe. It is the second track, and it really reminds me of this band I know I've mentioned like several times, also 90s, Marcy Playground. Like the song Poppies, which is the opener on that album. This one, like, fucking, it reminds me so much of that song.
I never heard any Marcy Playground, so I'd be curious to hear.
Also, like, they're honestly, in terms of sound, they're pretty similar. Like, they both kind of utilize sliding fret guitar riffs. They have the sort of the dun 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 dun
The shred.
dun 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 dun,
Cool.
like even that like rhythm kind of deal. And yeah, no, it's good. I like this track. Even though I'd never heard it before, it felt familiar.
Yeah.
Not just because it reminded me of Poppies, but it also has like this warmth to it, even
Yeah.
though it's most of the album is talking about pretty sad shit.
Existential topics,
Yeah.
This riff, I think, is just instantly just iconic and recognizable.
Oh, without a doubt.
It's just so infectious, and I love his vocal delivery on this. Like, it's just, oh god, everything about it's just like so catchy.
His vocal delivery is what really reminded me of American football,
Yeah,
except like with a bit more force.
yeah, it's not as limp.
Limp voice. That's my rapper name.
You heard a Limp Bizkit.
Get ready for. Oh man, but it's good. I love how sleazy like the underlick sounds the entire time.
Oh god, it just shreds so hard, and I love the backing vocals underneath when he's singing the verses as well. Plus the syncopation of every like part and all of his lyrics, like it just fits so perfectly.
On this track and like other tracks
Yeah.
as well. I have a lot of notes about that later on.
It's like this song's like just like it's like a fucking puzzle, and every like little piece just goes in together so well. I love it.
And you know what's so funny? There's like a song that literally talks about something along like what you just said, just putting like shit together.
Yeah.
And like, man, I really like this album a lot, but shall we keep going?
Let's keep it going.
This one is my favorite song on the album.
Same here.
It's called Carry the Zero. Holy shit, man.
It's incredible.
I was eating a slice of pizza and that was the most college I've ever colleged in my entire life. Just listening to this fucking song oh my God. Oh man. So many, there's also a lyric in here that I need to call out like in a good way.
Yeah.
I guess shout out would be the better term. I need to fucking call out. No, I can't be your apologist very long. Just god damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck am I apologizing for?
What did I do? I'm eating pizza over here.
Honestly, though, like this track alone paces itself so well. I always forget it's like 6 minutes.
I know, because it builds perfectly.
It does.
Yeah, like even like the subtlety, like the drums, like the ride cymbal, it like starts on the ride cymbal, that slowly gets louder, then transitions to the crash towards like as it gets towards the breakdown at the end, which that breakdown is phenomenal.
Amazing. Dude, like it's so good.
It's like an explosion of emotion that you can just feel with pure music, and I love it.
Even though this track is my favorite, like the other tracks, I feel like even though like I don't love them like as much, I still really like them a lot.
Yeah.
And like this is a fun album to listen to in full, and I feel like I can listen to this in full again. I feel like I should be saying this toward the end, but it's okay. I'm so excited.
It's just that good.
I still have other things to say, like I love just the amount of punch that this track alone packs. The guitar solo just like rips at the end of the song, and I feel like it almost feels like you're falling almost.
Yeah.
And oh my god, like the beat kind of changes toward
Yep.
like the end
The accented
octave.
drum beats.
And then there's like he does this solo that's like an octave apart of like the frets, and it's just insane. I genuinely I thoroughly enjoyed this song.
Yeah.
That was the most college I've ever felt in my entire life.
I'm glad we could have this experience, man. But yeah, this track is phenomenal. I love the fraction of the sum. That lyric just always scratches an itch. Just like that guitar riff, how it's starts out so gentle and slidey before just becoming so distorted at the end. Again, it just built up perfectly. It's just a brilliant song.
It's the Indies 90s sleaze.
Yeah, exactly. So next up is Sidewalk. I feel like this is a kind of an overlooked track because I'm a big fan of it.
No, it is very, very good. Just random. Do you remember Sidewalk Chalk?
Yeah, like the concept.
Just remember you get
Chalk Zone.
You get is that a...
Was it a TV show?
Oh
Nick?
shit, it was.
Yeah.
Chalk Zone. God damn. I don't know why. I started thinking about Sidewalk Chalk when I was listening to this song.
Yeah.
I was just I don't know.
I just want to draw.
Nah, for real. For real. But anyway, that has nothing to do. That's just something I wrote in my notes.
Fair.
I just wanted to remember just
The family album is all about intrusive thoughts, dude.
the adrenaline racing of Sidewalk Chalk and just what am I gonna write on the ground?
What kind of flower should I draw?
Is it a flower? Is it a star? Anyway,
But this song's not awful.
this song is fucking great.
It's very fun.
I love the verses of this one.
Yeah.
And I it's funny, you said this one was overlooked. I felt like it honestly is probably one of the highlights,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's a lot of fun. That guitar riff again, all these tracks is fucking great. I like the little kind of the slower tempo after the first chorus when it's an almost halftime feel. It has an almost kind of industrial sound to it.
Yeah.
Where I think it's a little heavier, which I like a lot.
No, for real. I enjoyed that a lot. The whole tone and just vibe of this track. I really like the simple setup that they have within the band because I feel like it really allows them to just get some crazy sounds out of their instruments.
Totally.
One of which is the synth saw sound.
Yeah, the
Try saying that 3 times
the
fast.
synth saw sound.
No, I can't. I'm not doing that.
My tongue says no.
But my body says yes. Anyway, oh man. No, I love the synthesized saw sound.
Yeah.
Now I can't stop thinking about it. It feels like it's splitting my brain at one point because it's in the middle, out of the 2 channels, and you got guitar action
On
happening.
both, yeah.
And it's it feels just it's splitting right here, sort of to the left of the middle of my brain, but still the middle.
Yeah, it's still a cut.
Exactly. I'm dead. I'm fucking dead.
That's a ghost.
But I do love the motif of waiting around that this song conveys, and also that this album generally conveys.
Yeah.
It's this perpetual just waiting. So I really enjoy that. And I think the repetition of the lyrics really just makes things have more emphasis and more weight to it.
Yeah, totally. I also like how pacing wise this comes after Carry the Zero after such kind of a heavy song. It's and that's kind of light upbeat change of pace.
Oh, for real. And it's catchy as fuck.
Yes.
This song is catchy as fuck.
Very catchy, especially that chorus.
Oh yeah.
Next up, we have Bad Light, a song that I never really gravitated towards, but on these re-listens, I gained an appreciation for.
It's pretty good. I think out of all of them, it's not in the top for me.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot to appreciate about this track. I love the little muted picking of the strings as the intro. Kind of reminded me a little bit of not at all same tempo or rhythm, but it reminded me a lot of sort of the intro of Greener by Tally Hall.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just I don't know. I love the sound of really, really up the fret, picking of the strings. It's just nice. This one I kind of thought was, it kind of reminded me of Creep by Radiohead.
Interesting.
Just a little bit. Just with the beat in the first 20 seconds, and then it kind of changes up, so then it stops.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. I can't really see that.
It's okay.
Have to go back on another re-listen, I guess.
It's okay. You can disagree with me.
Yeah, that's
You're
fair.
more than welcome to disagree with me.
Hey, Matt, put the gun down. It's fine.
Okay. I'm emptying the chamber, everybody. Don't worry. I do like the lyrics in this song.
Yeah,
a lot.
especially the Bad Light, the hook of the chorus is very fun. That's the most memorable part to me. And I also just the instrumental is pretty goofy on this one, which is a lot of fun. But nothing else really stands out, at least in my opinion.
it's got this whole album has a nice little like hint of introvertedness that I really can appreciate from an introvert's perspective.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just about like, you know, not being able to read people or not being read well by people in like the right light. You're always in a bad light. The guitars on Bad Light, like the words, oh my God, so nicely syncopated. One E and a bad, two E and a light. So good. I love that. I literally wrote that in my notes. I was so proud that I was able to.
I know my rhythm.
Hooray. But yeah, I also like the change from major to minor in like the main like chord progression in the song. It's like really cool.
It's nice.
I kind of realized something, AJ.
What's that?
So I did something to simulate chord progression. I was trying to strum a guitar, but the problem is I was using my right hand and not using my left hand. So from what air guitar looks like, you have the left hand and the right hand. I was only doing the strumming part with my right hand, which made me look like a defective animatronic during a Halloween spirit.
Anyway, anything else about Bad Light?
No, not really.
Cool. I quite enjoyed this next one though, Time Trap.
Oh, it's really good.
This one's fucking nice. That intro where it's just like all instrumental for a while. A lot of fun.
This one is also pretty American football coded, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. Like it definitely gives the musicians more a chance to shine here. And then I guess the sound of the guitars too.
Yeah, it's just the repetition probably, I would say.
Yeah.
Except it's less math rocky. It's okay though. We forgive it. We do more than forgive it. We accept it.
We like it.
We do.
In fact.
The intro is very, very good. And I love like how the music kind of changes up to be more like bouncy and light once the lyrics begin.
Yeah, it's a nice slowdown. It's a very cool, like, I guess, segue from Bad Light into this, where it's just very heavy. Then it goes into the more bouncy, kind of goofy instrumental. And then like the outro, I feel is very interesting in this one because it also it changes its sound to almost kind of like a classical style arrangement.
Yeah. No, yeah, it does.
I was gonna say it reminds me of A Song in a Storm from
Tally Hall.
Yeah, just like the sound of it, and I guess kind of like going off of what the song was already going for, and then transitioning to like something just goofy, classical inspired. It in that sort of regard.
No, I can see that without a doubt. That's actually one of the better songs off of that record.
Besides the Mr. Moon break.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Have you ever given Good and Evil a try?
No, I haven't.
It's not bad.
I'm curious to try it out.
It's not nearly as good as Quadruple M.
Okay.
But like it's got some interesting ones. Like they have a song called Ampersand that's not that bad.
Yeah, that's like one of their big ones, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out then.
But we're not talking about Tally Hall's Good and Evil.
Holy shit.
We're talking about Keep It Like a Secret by Built to Spill. That might have been the first time we've actually done it at the same time.
I know.
Like willingly.
The hive mind's in effect, dude.
Oh shit. Yeah, Time Trap. It sure was.
That sure wasn't a time trap. Just like this podcast for you, family heads.
If I do say so myself. Yeah, no. I think it's a favorite of mine, honestly, because I like the tone it has, especially after like Bad Light.
Yeah.
But it's a favorite, but not like the favorite.
Understandable. Next up, we have another favorite of mine. We have Else. I feel like this is a really nice track. In terms of more kind of like down tempo songs, I feel like it works very effectively. It's kind of like Carry the Zero Light, which I like a lot. Even like that guitar riff is so similar, but it's just like a lot quieter too, which I think is kind of neat.
I feel like this song is the embodiment of like, hold on, let him cook, let him cook.
I'm cook.
What was it? I love how the guitar is like subdividing like the beat.
Yeah.
A lot of the things I noticed with this record are really like rhythm based.
Yes. So they play around with rhythm a lot on this album. It's definitely to its benefit because I feel like there's a lot of fun drum parts in there, a lot of fun syncopation and accent stuff, which just makes the hooks and the melodies just so much more catchy and just like punchy. so they're memorable.
There's definitely something else with then guitar that's happening in the right channel. It
sounds like a flute, right?
It's something like that.
Yeah, I think it is a guitar. Oh, it's keys, I think.
It is keys, like a synth of some kind?
Yes.
I gotcha. I thought so, or like an organ.
Yeah.
Because I was hearing something, I was like, this is like very, very, it's very ambient.
Yeah.
It's a very nice ambient track.
It adds a lot to it. They definitely like a lot more flavor.
You really have to appreciate this album's sense of like variety.
Yeah.
Not even variety. I'd say just more like
consistency,
but also like I feel like I'm such poo brain today. I'm trying really.
I'm right there with you, dude. Fucking football ooze over here.
No, I would say like even though it's consistent, the amount of like I don't want to say gimmicks because a gimmick has like a negative.
It's like they're kind of playing around with what they have to like its greatest effect. Like every song sounds different, even though if it's tonally consistent, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All the songs have at least like
a unique attribute to them.
Yes, unique. There we go. Each song is very unique to one another, even though tonally it sounds pretty consistent.
Yeah. We did it, guys.
How many podcasters does it take to say a single sentence? That's the question the family album is raising to you.
Yes, the question of the week, actually.
That's pretty funny, actually. But yeah, we're on else.
We are on else.
I forgot. I lost my place for a moment.
Yeah, we went down a little bit of a rabbit hole.
Yeah, just a little bit. But I love the cymbals. The cymbals hitting on the offbeat. Yep. It's like really, really nice. It feels like even though there's still like a lot of sound coming at you, it still feels like it's open.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It's never suffocating.
Yeah. Never suffocating.
So moving on, we have one of the other big ones from this album, You Were Right. Love all the references in there and the lyrics. I think that's a lot of fun. The circus like guitar riff I feel like is really interesting on this track. It has like an almost a carnival-esque kind of sound to it. In a way, it's very interesting and it sounds different, but it definitely works.
I feel like sorry.
No, go. You're saving me. Keep go.
No, definitely the triple meter, or would you say that's
6/8?
6/8. I could say that's probably 6/8 because it's more involved. Yeah, no, I think the double triple meter. I forget what that's called. Oh, it's it's complex triple. That's what it's called. That is what it's called, I believe.
Well, that's news to me. Whoa. We learn here at the family album.
It definitely lends itself to that sort of carnival-esque sort of guitar riff. I totally agree. The harmony in this song is so nice.
I know. It's great.
You feel the pain in this one too.
Yeah. And just kind of like, I don't really know what specifically this song's about, but just kind of like going off, like having an emotional outburst about how like you're talking to someone who thinks they know better than you, but like they were always wrong. It's cool. I
feel like the way I kind of interpreted the lyrics, and I could be completely wrong, so if anybody wants to correct me, fight with me. I love fighting with people. I kind of took it as sort of this limbo of being in your 20s.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is kind of around the time of like this is like college music.
Yeah,
without a doubt, this is fucking college music. But I feel like this is you kind of reach this age in your like once you hit your 20s and you're kind of like in your 20s.
Yeah,
I say as I'm 21. From what I've observed, I'm trying to say is like I feel like you kind of hit this point where you're in school for a while for a lot of cases, and then you sort of are like, oh, you're out of it. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do afterwards?
That's where I am right now.
And I think it's just sort of, the song is sort of supposed to be like, not really disproving it, but just sort of being like, oh, whatever. You're still alive. You could still do things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, that's kind of just the limbo of being like not quite so young, but also like not really like old.
Yeah.
No, not you, Nate. No, not you. Just leave. Just leave. Thank you.
I don't have the energy. Please just give me this one, dude.
Thank you. God.
You know, that was surprisingly pleasant.
Maybe we should try talking to him.
After all this time, we never thought of that. Holy shit.
Maybe he couldn't hear us over the auto-tune.
Yeah, he is pretty loud.
Holy shit, that was really mean. That was really, really mean of me. I mean, I know we make fun of him all the time, but I apologize, Nate Ruess. That was really mean.
We know you listen every week.
I'm so sorry. Oh, man. Anyway, I do have some more things to say about this song. Yeah. The lyric, we're still running against the wind. Life goes on after the thrill of living is gone. You were right when you said this is the end.
Yeah.
Like, it's just something about that. That's kind of why I took it as like limbo. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You're just kind of sitting in this place that's not quite like, intense, but it's also not pleasant either.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of your 20s.
You don't have the means to get out of it. You just have to accept it.
But then he says something about like, do you have to think about it? Mm-hmm. You don't.
Yeah.
Like if you
just exist.
You can just exist. Mm-hmm. It's sometimes hard to, but hey, you can do it. Yeah. The lyrics really stood out to me in this song. But if we're talking about more musical things that I liked, I really liked how each of like the downbeats, there was like a solo sandwiched in there a little bit. Like it was nice. I really like that.
I also like the everything. I think that's after the second verse, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
But that little break is very nice. Definitely has a lot of impact and works very well for what the song's trying to say.
Oh, without a doubt.
Anything else?
No, I think we should move on to track number 9.
All right, this one grew on me a lot. I really fuck with Temporarily Blind a lot. This one's great.
This one I kind of found a little bit boring with each listen.
Okay.
Unfortunately. I mean, listen, again, it's still very solid. Probably better than I could do. But like, honestly though, it's I feel like this is definitely where my fatigue starts to land, which is good. It's the penultimate track.
Yeah.
So that means the album did a pretty good job with pacing. But I don't know. I like the way the song generally sounds. The sliding guitars up and down. It's almost like a siren.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a late era Pink Floyd song with David Gilmour's guitar work. And that's what it really reminds me of, especially I believe it's after the second chorus before the bump, like before that part, which I love. That's like my favorite part of the whole song is that little break. But yeah, it has like a very kind of like almost triumphant sound to it, which I think is pretty cool. Even though it starts off as like more of like a slower, kind of like an else chorus song. It slowly like kind of builds up, which is, I guess, a strength of this album. There's a lot of that on here.
Yeah, the ending where the guitar is kind of doing like the wah wah kind of like sound. Yeah, I really like that a lot. But I really do not have a lot to say about this track. I have way more to say about the 10th track.
Yeah, the closer is very good. So yeah, I'm cool moving on to that one.
Let's do it.
So Broken Chairs, phenomenal closer. Very, very good.
God, yeah, without a doubt. The first one that really just like predominantly starts in like minor, which I really, really like. It reminds me, and this is a really, really weird pull, but it reminds me of the closer from Godspell. Not the closer. It's like sort of the one before the closer.
Okay.
In that soundtrack, and it kind of has like this sort of like really like wailing like like feel kind of to it. You know what I mean? Like it's nice though. It's kind of the same like tempo, I would say. There are definitely some similarities there. The song does drag a little bit, like in the first, I'd say like 3 minutes, like after the first 3 minutes. But the later parts do kind of make it up. Yeah,
when it's just the pure instrumental.
Yeah,
that's fun. I do really like the part with the lyrics though a lot. It's based off a poem. I wrote down the singer's name, but I forget what it is. Doug March, M-A-R-T-C-H. So I think March. Yeah, Doug March. One of his friends wrote the lyrics. Well, so his friend wrote a poem that is the lyrics for this song. Yeah, but they passed away. So like to honor that, he made a song using their poem, which I think is really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
And I think the lyrics are really cool. It's a lot of cool imagery in there.
Yeah.
The Broken Chairs line is goes very hard. The instrumental is great. I love the whistles at the end too. That's a lot of fun.
The whistles feel out of place a little bit, but like I don't know, it's unique.
It's something about it.
None of the other tracks have whistles, you know?
No.
So I mean, hey,
American football didn't have whistles.
That's true. They did have a horn and a
Wurlitzer. A sandwich Wurlitzer.
I'm really taking the piss today, ladies and gentlemen.
We are fucking sloppy.
I am so sorry.
We're sorry.
But yeah, no, it's a really, really good closer. The parts where they sing "Well, All Right," I get like chills down my spine. So yeah,
it's like if "Stay Home" was good.
I think "Stay Home's" not bad.
Yeah,
I've come around.
It's one of my least favorites on the album, but fair.
The guitars, just like I think this was one thing that I really liked. The layering of the guitars on this track alone toward the end are just so good.
It's like a cacophony.
For real.
Yeah.
Like you got guitars screaming, then you got like these light little bell tones.
Yeah.
And then it's topped off with this like wailing in the right channel, I'm pretty sure. It kind of changes around.
And there's keys on this track too, which definitely add to the feel as well, giving it like a more grandiose finale kind of vibe.
Which is pretty phenomenal considering the instrument setup.
Yeah.
So honestly, yeah, I think I was really impressed by this as like a closer and this as a record.
Yeah. I guess that will bring us to our final thoughts then. So Matt, what did you think of Keep It Like a Secret?
I think the things I liked the most about this album are the lyrics and the pacing, besides like the actual instrumentation. But it's still quite good. I still like the instrumentation without a doubt. The album makes me feel like I should be in a 90s drama, like Dawson's Creek or some shit. Like, I don't know. It's fun. The album's pacing, like I'll say again, is very good. Even though the songs are like a little bit on the longer side, just a little, they go by really quick. That's the one thing I was really surprised about. Like when listening to this record, like I'd be like, wow, it's already done.
Yeah.
The concepts expressed in the songs are like definitely complex in terms of experience, but are very clearly articulated and are really easy to grasp, even if you haven't exactly felt what the singer is feeling. It feel like I'll say it again. It kind of feels like I don't want to say spiritual sequel, but I feel like listening to this after listening to American Football self-titled, you might have one hell of a time.
Yeah,
like
there's a kinship.
There's a fellowship, a kinship.
Yes,
definitely. It's very vivid as a whole in lyrics and performance, but somehow very gentle in tone, and I really, really appreciate it for that. It's angsty, but it's not like shoving it down my throat. And I'm very appreciative of that.
Yeah.
The overall amount of repetition in this album is so good, and it really just gets the point across. And I love how all the songs just have the space to begin, like have a proper beginning, and then sort of like die out on their own. A lot of the phase just really adds to the nice perpetual nature of all these racing thoughts that the singer is thinking about. Like manic depression, I believe, is one of the lyrics that's like, it's one of the things mentioned in the lyrics. But yeah, it's a solid fucking album. I got to give this a low A and an 8.8 out of 10.
Nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Matt. So I got a little bit of a personal bias for this album. I originally heard it through my college advisor, who I still talk to and I'm pretty close with. But on top of that, it's also really good. The instrumentation is incredible. All the guitars just fucking wail and they shred. God, so nice. Doug Marsh's voice is interesting. It's not like perfect, but it's very raw. It's very human, which I like a lot, in a similar vein to American Football. But yeah, each like melody is so catchy. I love how they play with syncopation and accents. Everything just very memorable and sticks out. The theme of like existentialism and just being stuck in your 20s, I feel like also adds to it. And yeah, that is a very good point that like even if you don't know what exactly he's talking about, you can get the tone based off the sound and I guess like what he's saying. So yeah, this album has always been like a solid A for me, and it'll probably stay that way forever.
I'm really glad you brought this album today, AJ, because honestly, I feel like I would have never even thought to listen to it otherwise.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy that you brought it, because I feel like it seems like we both are kind of on the same page in terms of like our enjoyment of both the albums, which I feel like it's been a little bit of a while, because I always bring an album that's like, oh, Jesus, like, I don't know.
And I bring in albums where it's like, it's all right.
Oh, man. But you guys know how the show works, folks.
Yeah.
We have 2 albums.
It's just 2 albums.
It's just 2 the family album. It's just 2 records. It's just 2 records. That's it.
But yes, Matt, what are we talking about right now?
We are now going to be talking about the record 3D Country by Geese.
God, what a good fucking record. I was incredibly impressed by this. I was planning on listening to it because like I've been trying to get more into listening to music that's just coming out. So I go to like album of the year and just like look at what's interesting. So I had this like in my search history, and then you brought it up. I was like, oh, perfect. I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'm really sad I didn't get around to it sooner, because this album fucks.
It's so good, right?
This album's incredible.
Like, honestly, I was so impressed with the overall like musicianship, and like, can you hear any of like the...
I can hear you, yeah.
You can't hear like the voice in my headphones saying Bluetooth connected.
Oh.
Thank God. Sorry. There we go.
Hooray.
Sorry about that. We kind of had to take a second because my headphones...
We're full of piss.
Yeah, we're full of piss. I couldn't hear AJ. There was so much piss in my ears. Oh, man. Hey, that actually kind of reminds me. Did you ever listen to that band I recommended you, the Yellow River Boys?
No.
Dude, listen, ladies and gentlemen, let me cook. There is a band. They are a piss-themed band, and they're kind of good. They're called the Yellow River Boys.
I'll have to take your word for it. I don't think I'm going to listen to it. I have a thing about piss. It grosses me out.
It's okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary pals, if you don't mind piss, you might like
the Yellow River Boys.
The first song is called Hot Piss. And then I think they have a song called Sippin' on Hot Piss.
The spiritual successor.
God God, what the fuck even is this show? Anyway, yeah, we're talking about 3D Country by Geese. I'm very happy that I gave you the chance to listen to this because, of course, I'm also trying to like listen to music that's coming out more recently because I have a habit of sticking around in like a certain year and stuff like that. I also just have a habit of like working backwards. When it comes to like listening to music and finding music. Which later on this like season, I definitely have some older ones that I wanted to bring up. But for now, we're going to stay in 2023.
Yes.
I really like this album a lot. And let's get into a little bit of a history, AJ.
Sounds good, Matt.
Well, 3D Country is the second studio album by American indie rock band Geese. It was released on June 23rd, 2023 through Partisan Records. They are considered alternative country, blues rock, and jam band. Yeah. Besides, like, you know, indie. And the band consists of Cameron Winter on vocals and keyboard. We got Gus Green and Foster Hudson on guitars. Dominic, I'm so sorry if I get your last name wrong, Dominic DeJesu on bass.
Okay.
Then we got Max Basson on drums.
I don't know if it's Basson or Basin. I guess I'll say Basson because, you know, women want me, fish fear me.
God, AJ's just like the terror of the ocean. Mr. Nimbus.
He controls the police.
He controls the police. Yeah, it's fuck's sake, Summer. God. Nah, but anyway.
Before we get derailed even further.
And the album is centered around the story of an uptight cowboy as he wanders through the desert after taking psychedelics, watching the world around him and his concept of himself unravel.
Okay.
Metacritic gave it a 7.8 out of 10. And a man named Will Yarborough described some of this album as apocalyptic boogaloo.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not.
Yeah, very accurate. Thank you, Will.
Thank you so much. AJ, do you want to jump right in?
I would love to jump right. Actually, before we jump right in, so this album tells a story? Is it like a concept album or?
I don't know if it, I mean, it probably, yeah, I think it is. I didn't really pay attention to the whole story aspect. You can kind of see it happening more in the middle and the end.
Okay.
The beginning just kind of sounds like he's just sort of like rattling off like,
yeah.
God of the sun, I'm taking you down on the inside. You can definitely see like hints of like a lesson learned toward the end, I would say.
And there's like a lot of motifs that kind of like come up throughout.
A lot of it's just kind of like, I'm depressed, but I'm going to take drugs.
And I'm also a cowboy.
And I'm also a cowboy. Yeah.
It's imperative.
I already sang the first line of the first track, so you want to just jump right in?
Sounds good.
The first track is a track called 2122. I really don't know why it's called that.
Neither do I.
And here's the thing, like I tried analyzing the lyrics, but it also could just be the delivery. But I find a lot of this album really hard to grasp, like conceptually.
Okay.
Because like half the time I really just have like no idea what is going on.
As someone who is not a lyrics guy, that never really bothered me because I was just enthralled by the music and like the vocal delivery. There were like some lyrics I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, but I didn't really like pay that much attention because I was just enthralled by the sound of this album. It's basically like 70s glam had a baby with 90s alt rock, and I adore it so much.
It's really executed well, but you can kind of see that there are tones of like heartbreak and like substance abuse and like, oh gosh, I don't know. I would just say overall depression.
Yeah.
But you would not get that with the delivery.
No, or the sound for a lot of these tracks.
Not at all. But 2122, great opener.
Phenomenal opener.
It's so fucking good. Like this feels like the process of just getting wasted.
Yeah.
Like it feels like you're just like pounding all these fucking drinks.
Just going as hard as you can.
I just love his delivery on like all of the little like.
He sounds like a pastor.
Looking for a place in my life. I'm looking for a place in my. Oh my god! And then the part where it's like the. I'll get out. I'll get under. I'll get out. Oh my god! Like
it's like the Beastie Boys and like Led Zeppelin. It goes so fucking hard.
It really does. I'm really happy that you like this album overall because like I've been waiting for like to hear what you would think of it. And of course, I was worried that you weren't gonna like it because I had so many things I liked about this record. But instrumentally, like they are very much a jam band.
Yeah.
I love just the random shit that's in the breaks.
Yep.
Like, you got banjo in there, and like I think the left or right channel at one point.
Strings are pretty consistent like throughout this album.
And then like overdriven guitars that are just like fucking noise. It's so wild. And the way that they just change on a dime, it's almost on like a
Mr.
fucking
Bungle?
Mr. Bungle kind of level. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's just like the energy that this album has is just like unmatched. Like you just like get into it and
Without a
like
doubt.
you just can't get out of it, which is great.
His voice is also just insane.
Like he would fit in perfectly with like Iggy Pop and like Todd Rundgren from like the 70s. Like that's like all I could think about when listening to this album was just like, oh my God, like I love this.
I love how just like outrageous a lot of this arrangement is just in this track alone. There are later tracks that even have like crazier shit, but like this opener, honestly, the moment I started listening to it, I was like, this is my jam right here. I just love his delivery.
I know. He's a really good vocalist.
He really is.
Camera winner.
And he screams later.
Yeah.
He screams later on. I also love how he randomly starts dropping shit about like Egyptian mythology.
Yeah, it's like Norse mythology, I think. Because Buddhism.
He mentions Osiris. I know that.
Baba Yaga.
Yeah. Baba Yaga. Like, it's so funny. But like, my God, just, man, crazy, crazy shit.
Great way to introduce the album.
One last thing that I will say, I love how he bookends the song with the first line in the last line of the song.
It's good.
Like, very, very well executed. I was thoroughly impressed. And it really, I would say that the first like maybe 4 or 5 tracks are like my favorite. And then like kind of afterwards, I start to maybe feel a little bit like, okay, these are still good, but not my favorites.
Okay.
Just because it's so strong.
Yeah.
This album is consistently strong. That's what I would say.
I guess that's the theme of this episode. Consistently strong albums.
One thing that me and AJ are not at time of recording right now.
That is very true.
We are both very tired boys. But anything else to say about 2122?
Not really, because I'm excited for this next one.
This one's really fucking good.
This might be my favorite track on the album.
It's 3D Country.
Yeah, that is the title track.
The title track. And AJ, does it live up to its name?
Oh, it fucking lives up to its name. This track is immaculate.
This track is literally the cover.
Yeah.
Like, without a doubt. This track is literally the cover.
Of a little cowboy recovering from an explosion.
Just, oh my God. The amount of, like, things in this song, there's so many things. First of all, the instrument setup in this track alone, I love like the roads that are just kind of happening, like the keys.
Oh, they're so nice.
They're so nice and like smooth. Oh my God. Insane. And they get even more insane later on. But like, oh man, I just love the way he's kind of talking about his life up until now.
Yeah.
Since I was born of the Father, or heard the voice of the Father.
And yeah, just have this like really like just laid back guitar riff going over that. It kind of reminds me of the song "Swingin' Party" by The Replacements, which I definitely recommend checking out. It's a great song.
Okay.
Which I think is the reason why I really like this track. But I just love how low key it kind of is, but also has this feeling of grandiosity towards the chorus with the backup vocalist. And just like, I guess the narrative is interesting too with the cowboy.
Yeah.
With the one track Mind. Oh, love it.
This album was described, and where I found this album, by the way, I try my best to not listen to a lot of the ratings of critics until like after I listen through the album. And this was one that I found off of the Needle Drop.
Okay.
Because, but Mr. Fantano, he gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh.
But what was it? This is one I found off of Anthony Fantano, and I love the way he described this. This is not dad rock. This is divorced dad rock.
That's a very good way to put this.
Like midlife crisis, divorce, dad rock.
Self-destruction.
Yeah, literally. Like it hits in like this way that I never thought I'd ever relate to, because I'm not a country guy.
Neither am I.
By any means.
Which is a big strength of this album, because it takes like influences from country storytelling and country music with like strings and banjo, but combines it with like the 70s glam and like the 90s hard rock, alt rock, like 70s hard rock too. Just creating this like culmination of just incredible genres, and it's like it's its own thing, and I love it.
Nah, for real. And it's quickly becoming quite a cult classic.
Nice.
So I didn't see a lot on Reddit, but from what little I see, and there are people just like praising this album right now.
Fuck yeah.
And it's well deserved, I would say.
100%.
But yeah, I would say the last thing that I really enjoyed about it was just like the vocals. like the backing vocals, and then like at the end they had like this little acoustic piano, like regular piano like section, and I'm like, this is really tight.
I also love during the pre-choruses how it switches to the more upbeat guitar accents.
Yeah,
and that's just so catchy.
The guitar on this entire track is so good.
I know. The little slides.
Like, oh man, so good, amazing.
Speaking of so good, this next track
is also pretty good. It is called Cowboy Nudes.
Yep. Based fucking name.
I know the band said that a lot of their inspiration is like from the Strokes.
You can definitely hear it
on this track. Like, oh my God, it's so good. I really, really enjoyed that a lot. And I love the part when he starts doing these like weird like vocal percussive shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn, that's so cool.
Also, the chorus of this song is so fucking good.
Be my warrior. Oh, so good.
Bro, that just fucking makes me melt every time. It's so good.
I wish the song was longer because it's only like 2 minutes, 50 seconds, I think.
I think this might have been the lead single. It was a single. I don't know if it was the lead one, but like, I guess it kind of makes sense. You know, TikTok brain.
Yeah. I also love like, there's this one part where they just kind of leave it to the percussion and there's like congos and shit.
Yeah, dude.
And I was like, God damn, this is really cool.
Yeah, like I love how they just like throw in just like random shit like instrumentally to just like throw you off, but it always works. It's great.
It's fantastic. It's just solid through and through.
Dude, the bass line on this song is also fucking insane.
Yeah, yeah.
I love how Cameron Winter, this like specifically on this track, also sounds a lot like Iggy Pop, which I'm like, it's just for me. I like that.
Thank you, Dominic, for the lovely, lovely bass. And Mr. Max Basson.
Mr. Basson.
Mr. Basson. You deserve a raise.
Yes. Oh my God, Max Basson is phenomenal on this album.
I know, it's insane.
Well, I'll get to that on a later track where he just goes the fuck off. But
I have a few that I really cannot wait to talk about.
Yeah.
But this next track is actually a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
I really like this one. It gives me first of all, it's called I See Myself. And I really like the chorus of this.
Yeah.
I just love the way he like switches from like this weird sort of like voice in between.
Yeah.
And he's like, I see myself. Like, oh my God.
The song kind of reminded me of the Kinks a little bit. Very specific, like songs that the Kinks do where they have that like kind of like higher pitched voice where when they introduce their songs, I was like, oh, neat. I thought this was a very solid song. Not a personal favorite, but I still enjoyed it.
It reminds me of like Mutilated Lips.
Okay.
Just a little bit. I think
see that.
it's really the drums.
Yeah.
The drums really remind me of that. A little less like wavy though.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, something about it. Just like this, the track, just like the production, it just sounds so like fresh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And also like pacing wise, this is a nice come down from the first three.
Yeah, without a doubt. Another Ween song that actually reminded me of a little bit. There's like this part where like
Is the spoken word section?
Not the spoken word section. It's the part when they start making the guitars sound like really, really weird in the middle.
Okay.
It kind of reminded me of the tonal whiplash you get when you listen to Happy Colored Marbles off of Quebec. Like, it's not nearly as bad as that.
Dude, that song like terrified me the first time I heard it.
Yeah,
I couldn't sleep.
I can fucking see why. Like, Jesus Christ. It's such a weird, that whole album is so odd, but so good.
Brilliant.
It's got amazing, amazing production. But we're not talking about Quebec.
We're talking about 3D Country by Geese.
Sorry.
That was the Geese.
That was... Step off. Step off. Man, that voice really just awakened all of the phlegm in my throat. As sex icon Matt Glass is telling you right now. I should really get
sex without a little phlegm, guys.
That's so gross. Oh my God.
That's going on a t-shirt.
I feel like if we ever have merch, we need to just like get the most out there quotes we've ever had. What's sex without a little phlegm? Oh my God. I don't really have a lot else to say about it. This is a personal favorite of mine though. I just love the overall vibe, and I just love how like, I don't know, like it feels like you're in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Just like
You're just cooking.
I'm letting you cook.
Yep. Thank 3D Country, thank you. I also like the little flexitone they have at the end. Very nice.
What is that?
It's the thing like woo 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 woo.
Ah, interesting.
It's I guess how to explain it.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like the instrument, like it's like this like sheet of metal, and there's like two like beaters.
Yeah,
like, attached to it.
Yeah. I know of it.
Yeah, familiar. I dabble in flexitone.
I flexed my flexitone on occasion.
Next up, we have Undoer. So originally, I really like this song. I feel like it's a bit too long.
I can agree with that.
But Max Basson's fucking drum work on this is immaculate.
Yeah.
Like the jazz influence all over this track is insane, and I adore it.
This one reminds me of Pink Floyd a little bit.
Okay.
Specifically Money. Especially since, Okay, I'm thinking of the wrong thing, but the Pink Floyd thing is right. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. There's so many notes that I have
so
in front of
excited
me.
for this album.
But no, for real, I really, really like this. I also said the bass really holds it together. Like, oh my God, it's just so good. Like, this song reminded me of Money by Pink Floyd. I love, like, he's like groaning in the beginning, and he's like, oh, like a little bit.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
If we couldn't have Nate Ruess in full, we had to have Ken Kaniff.
You can't have one without the other.
That's true. It's sort of the dichotomy of our
Of the family album.
of our podcast. Yeah. I do think that like this song, I do agree, it can very much be a bit long. But once it finally starts to cook, it fucking cooked.
Dude, it fucking flames on Max. It's insane.
The delivery of It Was All You combined with the guitars is just a fucking insane like sound setup right there. I also love the random like electronic elements that are just like all over like the end half.
Like the psychedelic and just like the jazz influence like really combines into just a really interesting track. And I love like the shuffly feel it has all throughout as well, and all the emphasized toms. Ooh, I love that.
And then like to sort of go back into Basson's drumming, like the beat changes are just insane. They're insane. We should really do like a top 10 of our favorite drummers that we've listened to or something like that.
That'd be cool.
We could do like a family meeting thing like that.
Sure.
Some sort of,
or if we get around to Instagram content.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Working at the Kings.
We'll fix it in post.
2 seasons in.
2 seasons in, yeah. We'll figure ourselves out. I do really, really, really love the fucking like metal vocals at the very end.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they're bananas. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, how does this guy have so much vocal power?
I know. It's great. He has like a surprisingly like decent amount of range on this album, even though like for the most part it's like I guess like pretty similar tonally, but like when he just goes off the rails, it always works.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt whatsoever.
Next up, we have Crusades. I really like this track a lot.
I feel like the ones that like I really like and the ones that you really like kind of differ, because this is one that's like, I do like it. Like, don't get me wrong. And I love how it's very piano focused.
Yeah.
However, I find this one kind of goofy.
Okay.
I don't really know why. I think it's just like, it reminds me too much of like all of Ringo Starr's songs.
I see.
Dun 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 dun, like with the piano.
I think that's why I like, because this track specifically has, I think, like the most like glam rock like influence on there, and that's like music that I really like a lot.
That is true.
So like that kind of like spoke to me. I was like, oh, like I like this a lot because I like this thing.
The chorus changes are very, very nice.
They are very good. I also like how it incorporates the country influence with like the guitar riff. If it's very nice.
This one also has some pretty crazy lyrics. I didn't write any of them down, but like, oh my God. I remember like when I was reading some of them as they were going along, I was like, Jesus Christ, okay.
Okay, Mr. Cowboy.
But I will say one thing I really love about this song, the strings on this track are so good.
They're so nice.
They're just intricately like woven throughout. And toward the end, they just like sparkle. Like it's so good.
I love it.
That's pretty much all I have to say about it.
That's fair.
It's again, it's not one of my favorites, but like honestly, it's still pretty fucking solid.
Yeah, that goes for I guess all this album.
Yeah,
even if like you're not too huge on a track, it's still a good track.
And then the ones that you really like, you're just gonna be listening to all the fucking time.
Yep.
This next one is one of my personal favorites, though.
All right.
Number 7, Gravity Blues. I really like this song a lot.
This one's nice.
Something about it just like really resonates with me. I love how it feels like you're like slumping.
Yeah.
Like in like a fucking like house or some shit.
Yeah, it's got a very like lumbering tempo, and it's just like very heavy, which is very cool.
I love like the freaking build up to like the next part of the verse when it goes like bum, 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 bum. Like, oh God, it's so good.
The harmonized vocals are also excellent.
Oh, without a doubt. The harmony is just fucking peak. They blend in so well with one another.
Yeah.
The backing vocalists. I wish they wrote down who like the backing vocalists were.
Yeah.
Because they deserve to be credited.
I know.
Hopefully they are somewhere. Maybe they are somewhere. Who knows?
Maybe in the liner notes.
We have no time for that.
Exactly. The podcast to record.
Exactly. One thing, another comparison I'll make, the guitars, the way they layer them, it reminded me, it was very Queen-like.
Okay.
Like the way that Brian May was sort of layer the guitars like on top of one another, having like 3 different guitar parts happening like on top of each other. And it's just 2 guys.
It's just 2 guys.
It's just 2 guys. I don't know why you said that like Christopher Walken.
It's just 2 guys.
These Gravity Blues.
My father had a pocket watch.
It's just 2 guys.
It's just 2 guys.
Oh man.
We're so sorry, family heads.
It's okay. It's okay. Maybe next week we'll come up with better content.
We'll have a guest to balance us out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really, really love the way that they sort of layer the guitars in this song, but also just the overall vibe.
The piano is also during the chorus. It is fucking great. The guitar solo is really nice as well.
It's so hopelessly sad, which is like my wheelhouse when it comes to music.
It's literally me. Let's move on to Mysterious Love. Very punky song.
Yeah. Oh my God. Very punky song. I think definitely in terms of album fatigue, I'm kind of right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like, again, album, solid, love it. It's great. However, a lot of these tracks can seem a little bit lengthy. Like, well, I mean, one of them is really lengthy, I would say. But then, like, the other ones can kind of seem a little bit like, okay, you're a cowboy. We get it. You're on drugs, okay?
I think I can agree with that to a certain extent. I feel like the ones that are longer, like the title track, I feel like you just don't notice it. I think it just goes by so quickly. But in like some cases, yeah, I can see that, especially on the penultimate track. I'm not the biggest fan of. But I feel like I never really hit a fatigue with this album, which I was very happy with.
I did a little bit, but I still have some stuff that I really, really enjoyed about it.
I really like the monologue section in here. This reminded me more of Ween, the mollusk. I do like how it switches from like clean and distortion in the verses and the chorus. Those choruses are fucking incredible. I love how thrashy and distorted they are. It's great. And I also kind of like the intro. It has like almost like an Aerosmith kind of feel. But yeah, I did like this track, but not a favorite as well.
Yeah, I don't think this is one that like I'll listen to all the time. I think there are a couple things. With the spoken word, it is nice. I like how they sing what he's saying in the background. Yeah. This track and the next track, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Rocky Horror, ish, which is also kind of like a bit of glam rock, I would say.
That 100%, that is glam rock.
So like that in that regard, I actually really, really like it. I would love to hear this guy sing fucking Sweet Transvestite. That would be such a good fucking song. My God.
Hell yeah.
He could definitely play Frankenfurter.
Absolutely.
But the way he sings Some People Live Alone Forever, it sounds like Danny Brown.
I was going to mention that. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Why are you calling me out like that, Mr. Winter? Fuck you.
Good Lord.
Stop scaring the house.
Some people live forever.
Mysterious love got him touching the towels.
That was good. That was really good.
Oh, man. God. And then the guitar on this one is also really, really good. It's
great. Like as per usual.
There's also like these moments where it stops. And the Ween reference that I made on this song is like the strap on that jammy pack. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
Gotcha.
I think with the way that the cymbals are just like kind of, I was like.
It's the pod.
There it is. It's brown. Paint the town brown.
Honestly, this album is a little brown.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But Domoto,
if you ask me, I really like this track a lot.
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. This is like I said, it kind of sounds like Rocky Horror to me.
This is to me is like very Todd Rundgren coded. Like I can hear this off of like a Wizard of True Star. So I really enjoyed that with those keys, like that whole riff.
It's got a nice build up. Yeah. Especially each chorus. And I love like the way the harmony is on when they say you can't stay here. Yeah. I'm like, man, I can't.
You're right. I'll see myself out.
Like that's so funny. You're right. I'll take my headphones off. I'll just leave. The place is yours. You throw them like your keys.
Here's my gun on my badge. I'm stealing that from Tom.
Oh man, shit. AJ, you can't fucking say that. He fucking trademarked that phrase.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking contract I signed. Fuck.
Oh, damn it. What else did the contract say, AJ?
I didn't read.
You didn't read?
He threw acid in my eyes. What could I do?
Could you imagine someone trying to get you to sign a contract, but they casually throw battery acid in your eyes?
Oh, sorry, man. It slipped out of my hand.
he has like a cup, and you think it's like soda,
coffee.
but then it's like he's like faking drinking it, and then
acid.
Goes, oh, whoops, and then all of a sudden, it's burning.
Oh, sorry, my fault, dude. But if you like initial right here.
Yeah, sure, man. Man, I really can't. I should go to a hospital. Yeah, that's great. But once you sign this contract, we will be fine.
The moment you sign, your eyesight comes back.
Thank God. Anyway, Domoto.
Yes.
I do like toward the end how they kind of speed up a little bit with like the tempo.
Cool tempo shift. I like it.
And the guitars, yet again, good Lord.
This song is like, it's kind of like a nice come down from everything as well. It's like one of the, if not the slowest tracks on the album, I guess besides like Undoer. But that's his own beast entirely.
Oh, without a doubt.
But it's just like a kind of like a their take on a ballad, which I think is very cool. On a ballady piece.
Again, I forgot to write the lyrics, but I felt like the lyrics in this song were the most relatable.
Yeah, I can agree.
Well, you'll have to figure that out for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Because we don't know.
We don't know. But that's one of tomorrow's Crusades, AJ.
There it is, Matt. You got it.
The penultimate track. I love using that word now. Tomorrow's Crusades.
I started out liking this, but then once it switched to the chorus, I didn't. For some reason, I feel like the tonal switch didn't work on this track for some reason, and I don't know why. I didn't really fuck with it that much.
And that's perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
I had more to say about this one than the last track, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I think if this is like a story, I guess, I like the way that it's sort of like wrapping up before it goes into its like sort of final breakdown in the last track.
It does sound like the second to last track on an album. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah. No, without a doubt. It's like this, in the lyrics, it's like this realization that he needs her, but more importantly, he kind of just needs to get his shit together.
Yeah.
It's a good way to sort of cap everything off. The song also has some really interesting lyrics, I'd say. Finding my way out, looking for your ass.
Yeah, I wrote that one down. Once that happened, I was like, oh, no, okay, sure, I guess.
Guys, been there. Can we just say that?
Bringing up some harsh memories, dog.
You lose your mule in the middle of the fucking road. Hey, I'm looking for my ass. Or I'm looking for your ass.
Your ass is grass if you don't find my ass.
Like, you know what I mean?
I gotcha.
Oh, man. We are taking...
We're almost there, man. We're so close.
We're almost there. Oh, man. Another really good line in the song. And never in my life will I forget her putting the world in her open jaws, deafened by the evil thunder breaking the storm with her mammoth claws.
That's a good one.
It's like...
That's some cool fucking imagery.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like prog rocky, like in a weird way.
It's primordial.
I'd actually love to hear them do some like more of a prog rock influence.
With Undoer, they could definitely fucking do it.
They kind of cover a lot of bases.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Keeps it interesting.
Which is nice. AMC.
Dude, I fucking hate that trailer, intro so fucking much.
That's going to leave a mark.
Dude, for those who don't know, in AMC theaters...
It's either that or Regal. It's Regal. It's Regal.
They do like a little like promo before the movie starts that's like promoting their like rewards card program or whatever, and
it blows.
It's literally the worst. They talk in movie quotes, and it's like the cringiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I hate the one, oh god, it's just the
one with Danny Trejo. You sit on a throne of lies. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. One of my friends, shout out to, I don't really think he listens very often, but shout out to Andrew Donachie.
Oh shit. What's up, Andrew?
Yeah, you're not listening, but it's okay. Shout out to Andrew Donachie because he said something that I've never related to more, and that is the part when the guy is all like, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. I've never wanted to punch somebody more in the face in my life.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that.
I would have stormed that screen.
Just fucking tackled him through the screen.
He must be stopped. I don't even know who the fuck that guy is.
Who is this man?
I'm sorry that I feel this way toward you.
Regal man.
But Mr. Regal, I'm so sorry. But at the same time,
that was awful.
If I ever see you in public, it might be on sight.
You're going down.
I don't know. You're going down.
Which is
Oh my god, that really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that.
Little full circle moment.
Jesus Christ. You're going down. Which is nice. Oh my god. AJ, that was really fucking funny. That was like the first genuine belly laugh I think that I've had this entire weekend. At time of recording, because this is not the weekend at time of listening.
That's true.
But yeah.
Anything else?
What the fuck are we talking about? Tomorrow's Crusades? Yeah. That's it.
Let's wrap it up. Saint Elmo. How the fuck did he become a saint?
I don't know. I don't know what Saint Elmo even. That is a saint. I know that.
Yeah.
There's also Saint Elmo's Fire. That's like a song.
It's a movie
and a song
by Brian Eno.
I guess it's more of a movie.
I like Brian Eno.
Here come the warm jets. Am I right, guys? Oh man. I don't have a lot of stuff to say about this track.
It's like a quirky closer. It's a little goofy.
The piano sounds really broken. I love how old it sounds. It reminds me of
I do like that.
Reminds me of like Obla Di Obla Da or some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like how, as a closer, instead of like this kind of grand culmination of like everything that we've heard so far, in closer terms, it's more of like it's closing time. Get the fuck out, which fits this album perfectly.
Yeah.
And I do agree. The old timey saloon piano is a lot of fun.
It is, and the harmonies are very, very nice.
Yeah.
But I think it is well beyond that time to wrap things up.
Sure, you can agree, family heads.
AJ, what did you think of this record?
I loved this album, Matt. So I don't know if I've told you, I have like a list of all the albums that I've listened to in 2023, a big ranking, and this cracked my top 10.
Did it really?
This is number 9.
What did it take off? Or did it just place itself?
I replaced an album at number 9 because I realized that I haven't really been fucking with that album that recently. So it bumped Ways of Knowing by Navy Blue down a couple spots and then replaced it. So it's above Caroline Polachek and behind Chapel Roan.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to listen to both those albums because I have not.
Fantastic albums. I fucking love them.
Good to know.
But this album was incredible. I loved it. I loved the whole sound of this album is just, it's like, for me, it's just like the 90s and the 70s combined. I love the glam rock influence. The musicianship is brilliant. The bass lines are so like heavy. Max Baston's drum.
Fantastic.
Fucking rules. I love all the styles that he like plays with, especially on Endure. That jazz influence is insane. Mm-hmm. The guitar is shred. I love the distortion and the slides. All the orchestral elements are great. Cameron Winter is a phenomenal vocalist.
I was really surprised by like how good the delivery was.
Yeah, like he's able to just like, he has a lot of range and he's able to like portray this character brilliantly, and also he's silly but you can take him seriously. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. This album is just it's great. I love it.
It really, really is.
Solid A tier. I very much enjoyed this.
I feel like you pretty much summed up everything that I could say, like in terms of like what I enjoyed. Definitely just the instrumentation is to die for. Yep. It's impeccable. The delivery is definitely one of the biggest selling points of this record. The drums and the bass, actually fucking all of
the
them.
instruments.
Why am I singling out? No, they're all amazing, but the drums definitely are working overtime. Yeah. Without a doubt. I love the tracks 2122. I do like 3D Country. I do like Cowboy Nudes. And I See Myself. Pretty much the first 5 tracks, and then like Gravity Blues. Those are like my favorite tracks on the entire record.
I think I'd go with 3D Country, Cowboy Nudes, and Domoto and Crusades. Yeah.
I can definitely, the only gripe I would have, I guess, is that like I could maybe see this album being a little bit too long.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
But even then, it's only in like a couple sections
of a song.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like it's so easy to overlook, and so many of the songs just have so much personality,
yes,
and so much to offer,
so much energy,
and just like all across the board, the creative risks that they took are just so earned.
Yeah, they all pay off.
So earned. They deliver so hard. I also got to say A tier. Yeah, like without a doubt.
Easy A.
Easy A.
Honestly, I think I might like this more than Keep It Like a Secret, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
yeah.
Personally, I'm very happy that I listened to Keep It Like a Secret. I'm very glad that you introduced that album to me because like tracks like Carry the Zero, so fucking good. So I'm very thankful that you brought that to me so I can listen to that more.
I'm thank you brought this to me, man. See, that's what this fucking show is all about.
We give each other music to listen to. And AJ loves Bastille.
And I love I'm a big Steeler. I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, dude. Love them.
I'm a big Steeler. Call him Steely Dan, if you will. Bass Steely Dan.
Oh my God, I would cry.
Jesus Christ. That's almost like the same energy as Weezer opening up for Kiss not too long ago.
Oh, God.
Could you fucking imagine? It did happen.
What's with these homies? Detroit Rock City.
I was made for loving you. But yeah, easy A. I gotta give this like a 9.4.
Yeah.
It's like A+. It's so good. You know what? Fuck it. Ring the alarm. We're putting an S tier.
Oh, shit. We got a fucking S tier,
It's fucking
dude.
amazing.
It's about time. It's been a while since we have an S tier album.
I don't think I've ever had an S tier.
Floral Shop?
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Pog.
It looks like someone doesn't listen to the podcast. And that's someone is me, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, but I'd say a very, very nice selection of albums
Absolutely.
today, AJ.
Yeah. Even if our commentary didn't really live up to them.
It's okay.
There's always next week.
We rallied in the end. Next week, of course, will be our guest episode.
Yes, we're bringing in our friend Gavin Fernandez.
Very excited. I already started kind of listening to the album so far.
Yeah, interesting mix we got next week.
Very interesting. I really only got to the first track because I've been kind of behind schedule, everybody.
Same here.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
We're moving. Month of November. Let's begin.
Yes. We hope you enjoyed our little spooky block.
And yeah.
I guess with nothing else to say, I'm your host, AJ Sonari.
And I'm Matt Glass.
Thank you all for always listening. We will see you next week.
Peace.